Is Blender hard to learn? Of course, Blender is a complex software. Unlike any other simple software, you cannot capture everything in a couple of days. So to resolve this issue, what we try to do here in this video series, start slow, as we move along, accelerate, so that you can avoid frustrations and then make it a very pleasant learning experience. Let's start with the table. We will create a very simple 3D table and assign some colors to that. That's all we're going to do in this lecture. I assume this is the first time you use Blender. So I start with how to get Blender for your computer. Blender is a free and open source software. You can download Blender for free. Head on to blender.org and then download the version that is appropriate for your operating system. And open up the Blender. So this is the first screen you will see. And then select General from this splash screen. One more thing. Consider that one as a bonus. If you are using this video series, you can download all these models for free. So we set up a website for that. You can head on to that and then download any model that we create in this video series. You can use it for free for anything, completely free. We upload every model as we create in this video series. I'll put the link in the description below. You can see my mouse operations and keyboard operations on the bottom right hand corner in this area. Zoom in, zoom out with your middle mouse button. Scroll it, you can zoom in or zoom out. Middle mouse, hold and drag, rotate. Middle mouse, shift key, panning. S for scaling in all three axes. But here I want to scale only along Z axis. You press S and then Z to constrain your scaling along Z axis only. Alright. Now I want to make a rectangular shape table. To do that, I want to scale this one along X axis too. Press S and then X to scale along X axis. There are multiple modes in Blender. Right now I am in object mode where you can do translations or scaling and rotation. But if you want to edit individual components like edges, vertices and faces, you need to go to edit mode from this menu. You can simply click on edit mode and then you are in edit mode for that particular object. In this mode you can select individual faces, edges or vertices. So by selecting that individual components, you can edit them separately and change the mesh shape. For example, G to grab, and then you can grab your vertex around your viewport. Or you can simply select edge and then do the same thing with that edge. You can change the shape by doing so. And then select the face and then grab and then move it along. Alright, now we need to add legs to this table. I'm going to add a leg over here and maybe one over here, here and here. But you want to create all these 4 legs. But this is a symmetrical shape. So why don't we use an already existing tool to help us do that efficiently? So there is a tool in Blender called Auto Mirror or Mirror. So you can auto mirror or apply a mirror object mirror modifier along any axis and then model one side of the object, and then the mirror will do the rest for you. To do that, I go to object mode. Before that, you go to edit and then preferences, and make sure that you have that add-on enabled. Click on add-on and search for auto, and then look for the auto mirror option, and then put a tick in front of that, so you are good to go. After that, you come to the side menu. If you do not see that, you simply press N, and then you see a sidebar menu bar pops up. I may have many options here, but you may have only couple. But what we are looking here is the edit option. Under edit, you should see auto mirror option. Open that up. To clearly see what is happening, I'm also going to this site property section, and then click on this banner or the range to open up the modifiers tab. There is nothing in there right now, and then you need to select the object you want to apply the mirror, and then come to auto mirror section and then select the axis and then click on auto mirror. Now you add a mirror modifier to the object that you selected in the viewport, and it is around x-axis. Make sure that you put a tick in clipping if it is not there, and then I can collapse this modifier for now, and then apply the y-axis mirror modifier as well. Before we do that, I want to show you what happens when you apply a mirror modifier. Let's go back to edit mode, and then you can see you divide your shape into two, and then plus side and the minus side of x-axis. So you can select faces and edges in one side of this mirror. For example, vertices. You cannot select vertices from the other side because that is automatically done for you. If you move one side, the other side is automatically moved, perfectly symmetrical. Back to object mode. Let's go and apply our y-axis modifier as well. Now if you go to edit mode, you can see you can edit only 1/4 of that shape. Everything else is locked. So if you edit one side, you can see that all the other sides are automatically modified for you. So I'm going to add one leg over here. To do that, I need some more geometry. To add some geometry, I'm using one of these tools on your left. The particular tool that I'm looking for is loop cut. Click on that, and you hover over your mouse over one edge, you will see a guide perpendicular to that particular edge. And then if you hover over the other edge, the guide will change the orientation, showing that you are going to create an edge along that guide. Now if you press your left mouse and hold it and then drag until you find the desired location, and then release your mouse to confirm your loop cut. And this do the same thing for the other side as well. And now if you click on this selection tool and rotate around to see what happened, so you can see there are edges going around that shape. So this is a loop cut. Now if you go to edge select or the if you go to face select mode, and then you can select that face. So I want to keep some margin before I extrude the leg, so that your table looks nice. To do that, I just press select the face and then press I to insert, and then move your mouse to have a slight offset. Now select the face, press E to extrude, and then you drag until you find the length of the leg is good enough for your table. If you press G and move your mouse around, you can see your leg is moving in every direction. But I just want to scale this one or move this one only on Z axis. Now I press Z and then constrain my grabbing only in Z axis, and then move up and down to adjust my length of the leg. This seems good, and then left mouse click to confirm that operation. Looks good, but still my legs are uniform. I just want to give it a kind of like a tapering shape. To do that, I just want to scale this face down a little bit. Press S and then move your mouse until you get the desired size of the edge of the leg. Let's go back to object mode. I want to see my object through my camera. To do that, I need to click on the camera icon over here. Click on that. Okay, my table is upside down. I want to rotate this one. So to do that, I want to press R and then X 180 and hit enter. So it will rotate your table along x-axis 180 degrees. Now it is looking good. Alright, let's assign some colors to your model. If you go to material viewport shading, you see that there is no color assigned. I can assign a color by going through the material properties found here. Click on that to open up the material property window, and then click on add new, and there are multiple options here, but I'm not going to go through any of these except base color. Click on that and select a desired color. Want to adjust my brightness a little bit. That should do it. And now you have a color assigned to your object, and then you want to see how this is going to look like when you render this out. You can click on this rendered viewport shading option. So this is how it will look like when you render this one out as an image. Now if you rotate your camera, that quickly comes out of your camera view angle. So I want to keep the camera view angle and adjust my orientation to the camera. To do that, you simply want to go to the sidebar and then click on view item. If it is not there, press N and then toggle that menu bar. You can simply click on view and then look for the section view lock and then put a tick in front of lock camera to view. Now if you click on the camera view, you rotate now, but you are not coming out of the camera view, but you still rotating your scene. Now you can adjust the orientation of your object to the camera. I feel like this orientation should do it, and then remember to remove the tag once you have your desired orientation. Otherwise, when you move your mouse, it will keep on moving against the camera. If you see the final output by going through the render render image, you can see your final output. If you want to save this image, and then you need to go to render image, and then click on image, save as. You will save this one as an PNG image, and then you can use it anywhere in your projects. I'm going to save this one as table 2 because we already have one table there. Alright, that's about it. Remember that there are 100 ways of doing one thing. So I find this is the easiest for me. So there may be other complex methods of creating objects with nice look and feel. But as a beginner, we should learn basics, should not worry about most of the menu items available in the Blender. In the next video, we will build a very simple chair and then practice the same techniques over and over again until we master those techniques. Alright, let's meet with another video. Thanks for watching.